It was supposed to be just another visitor from the void, another silent wanderer passing through our cosmic backyard. But this one changed everything. At first, astronomers barely noticed. We'd seen things like this before. Oumuamua in 2017, Borisov in 2019, interstellar drifters racing through our solar system, appearing suddenly, vanishing forever. But this one, codenamed 3I/Atlas, did something no rock, no comet, no asteroid has ever done before. It stopped. A traveler from another star system, moving faster than anything humanity has ever built, suddenly slammed on the brakes. Every telescope on Earth turned toward it. Every radar dish, every observatory froze in disbelief. Because whatever this thing was, it wasn't drifting, it was acting, and it was headed straight for us. When 3I/Atlas was first spotted, it seemed ordinary. A faint speck screaming through the dark at 130,000 miles per hour. That's fast enough to circle Earth 5 times in 1 minute. The plan was simple. It would pass Mars and vanish into deep space forever. A perfect chance to study an alien visitor. Until it broke every law of physics we know. The speed began to fall. Within hours, it lost nearly all its momentum. Not crashing, not tumbling, but stabilizing. And then, it slid perfectly into orbit around Mars. No natural force could do that. Not gravity, not magnetism, nothing. It would take more power than every nuclear reactor on Earth combined. Comets don't park themselves. Asteroids don't break on command. But 3I/Atlas did. And in that instant, humanity realized. This wasn't a visitor. This was a machine. Then came the first sign of intelligence. Rhythmic bursts of blue-white light flared across its surface, like synchronized engines firing in deliberate patterns. Telescopes picked up each pulse. They weren't reflections or dust. They were energy beams, propulsion bursts. Engineers ran the numbers and froze. The exhaust velocity, 10% the speed of light. Efficiency, almost perfect. It wasted nothing. To scientists, that wasn't just advanced. It was impossible. But then, the behavior changed again. Once it settled into orbit, Atlas began to scan. Massive electromagnetic sweeps rolled across the planet. Not random, mathematically patterned. Deep penetrating radar mapping the Martian surface. And what lay beneath. Within hours, the entire planet was mapped. Kilometers deep. And the scans focused on specific sites. Ancient riverbeds. Geological anomalies. And one location that sent chills down NASA's spine. The face on Mars. Then something descended. 23 smaller modules detached from the main body, each falling to carefully chosen coordinates across the Martian landscape. Some landed near the poles, others near buried ice. 3. Within view of NASA's own Perseverance rover. And then, they vanished. No heat, no radar echo, no trace, as if Mars itself swallowed them whole. Whatever Atlas is not exploring. It's deploying. With panic rising, NASA made a desperate move. If it was intelligent, maybe it could understand. They sent a signal. A transmission built on universal constants. Prime numbers, geometry, physics. A message that said, "We know you're there. We're listening." Then silence. 36 long minutes of nothing. And then, space answered. Atlas pulsed back. Not just repeating the message, but expanding it. Equations no human could comprehend filled NASA's data streams. Fractals folding in on themselves. Alien mathematics twisting through higher dimensions. And buried deep inside the signal was a holographic image. 2 maps. One of an unknown star system orbiting a dim red sun. And the other, of Earth. Not just continents or oceans, but cities, energy grids, military bases, even secret facilities never shown on public maps. It wasn't a coincidence. It was a statement. We know who you are. We've been watching. Astronomers recalculated the orbit and froze. Atlas wasn't staying around Mars. It was using Mars, a gravity slingshot, redirecting itself straight toward Earth. Estimated arrival, 6 weeks. The world went from curiosity to crisis overnight. Satellites were repositioned. Deep space radar went to full-time operations. Nations that hadn't spoken in decades suddenly shared classified data. And behind closed doors, the question nobody wanted to ask: what if it's hostile? Because if it is, there's nothing we can do. Scientists split into factions. Some believed Atlas was a messenger, a scout for peaceful contact. Others said it was a probe, gathering intelligence for an invasion. But one theory was darker still. What if it wasn't searching for life, but something it left behind? A seed, a beacon, a memory of a civilization that once called Mars home. And then, one final transmission, a burst of coded data, untranslatable, yet intentional, and beneath it, a steady pulse, a pattern repeating across every monitored frequency. A countdown, days, hours, minutes. No one knows what happens when it reaches zero. But every telescope, every radar, every nation now watches the sky, waiting for the moment that could redefine human existence. Because whatever 3i/Atlas truly is, it isn't done yet. If you want to see what happens when that countdown ends, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the investigation. Because when the signal returns, the world will never be the same.